Look, every other Monday we like to do this medical moment segment with Dr. Spencer Berry from FargoMedicalWeightLoss.com. Again, FargoMedicalWeightLoss.com. Recently, I was watching, I think it was CNBC. They had a great piece on called One Nation Overweight, talking about the impact of overweight and obesity, and not just from a healthcare perspective about the weight it is on our what I call disease management system, but they also got into sort of what can a corporate wellness program do for a corporation to improve its productivity. Some of these stats are absolutely shocking. I want to share with you. Then I'm going to bring on Dr. Spencer Berry, and I think they're focused on putting together a corporate wellness program themselves. But obese employee sick days total approximately 39 million workdays a year here in the United States of America. I mean, that is shocking. 39 million workdays a year go to waste because people that aren't taking care of themselves appropriately. Johnson & Johnson CEO Bill Weldon confirmed that Johnson & Johnson saved $20 million in 7 years by implementing an employee and or corporate wellness program. Dr. Berry, thanks for being in studio. Again, you can learn more about his program at FargoMedicalWeightLoss.com. Again, FargoMedicalWeightLoss.com. Doc, you probably know those numbers, but when you first read them, do they shock you as much as they shock me?
Well, good morning, Chris, and it's great to be here again. It's not really shocking so much. Again, when you're out and about and you look around and you see what's happening in America, you look at the numbers and they're there. They're evident. It's something that shows up in the healthcare when they run the statistics, looking at both direct medical costs as well as the indirect medical costs of overweight and obesity. A lot of the corporations, specifically the larger ones, but now more and more, we're tailoring these needs to the smaller corporations and the independent and individual businesses, as they've seen great economic savings and they've seen the value in this, in providing this for their employees and having the employees be available to it, readily access it, and the success that they've gained from this has really helped their bottom line, which of course is something they're interested in. But most importantly, it's a good thing for their employees. They in fact live a healthier life and one that they get more enjoyment out of. And when that happens, of course, they're happier. It's better. They're a better employee. It's just they're usually a better family member, better team member. It just works all the way around.
Again, Dr. Spencer Berry with me in studio. It's Medical Moments. You can learn more about him at FargoMedicalWeightLoss.com. Now, do you know any companies in the area or even really anywhere? Do you know some business owners that have implemented sort of a corporate wellness program?
Well, that's just what we're currently embarking on here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. We're going to be, we have just about completed putting together our presentation that we're going to be talking with to some of the corporations, and we certainly invite anybody out there that's listening, if they have any questions regarding this, if they want to call or get in touch with us, we'd be glad to come out and talk with them about this. But yes, these are nationally some of the areas like Microsoft and some of these are looking into this and finding out that again, because of the increased productivity of their workers, in other words, while they're at work, they're much more productive. There are fewer sick days. As it relates to the cost of health care, the bottom line is that they find that there's a decreased cost to the company, also a decreased cost to the individual, because overweight and obesity will account for somewhere in excess of $1,000 a year to the individual. Now, that's not the company, but that's the individual's cost for their health care that is over and above what they would normally consume without that burden.
So help break down those numbers. Again, Dr. Spencer Berry with me in studio, Medical Moments. $1,000 extra to somebody who's overweight. How does that come about? What's the breakdown on that $1,000?
Well, again, that will come in increased visits to the physician's office, sometimes hospitalization, the cost of medications, as well as direct costs for maybe even direct care from other individuals in the healthcare field. So again, that $1,000 is direct payment cost. That's not something that is figured as far as productivity decrease. That's actual out-of-pocket dollars.
So it actually obviously would be a lot more if you included the loss of production with these people going to the extra doctor visits and things of that nature, yes?
Right. When you look at, say, diabetics, if you look at just type 2 diabetes in America, the average cost to the individual is about $12,000 per year that is spent on healthcare costs, of which $7,000 of those $12,000 are directly related to care for overweight and obesity. That if they did not have that, they would, it cuts it down to about $5,000. So big savings. And again, this is what we like to talk about when we talk about both to the employers, but also to individuals coming in and discussing weight loss with us, is that this is an investment in themselves. This is what I feel is so important for folks to realize, is that you're investing in yourself when you do this, and that's the best investment you can make, is when you whether you invest in your education, your knowledge, your training. And in this case, you're looking at your health portfolio, if you will, and portioning that out and looking at what can I do to be healthier, because if I'm healthier, I'm going to be able to do more things, enjoy life, and it'll help my work prospects, but helps my family prospects. I get much more enjoyment, and it's a lot better.
Again, number to call in with any questions or comments, Dr. Spencer Berry here on Medical Moments, 888-598-8464. Again, 888-598-8464. Dr. Berry, this is a great cartoon a gentleman put up on my Facebook page. It shows back in 1990 a skinny guy with a big tube television there, in contrast to 2011, a big overweight guy with the slim down version of the TV. So if you get a chance, go to chrisbergshow.com, like the Facebook page. You can see that thanks to Kurt, but sort of epitomizes what you're saying. Doc, did you see this special on CNBC, the One Nation Overweight?
I have seen it, yes.
I mean, the one CEO of the car dealership that was walking around and basically, not forcing people to go into the wellness program, but essentially saying, hey, I want to pay for this for you. Will you go? And the impact that it made. So I want you to speak to two things quickly. One is, if there's a business owner out there listening, what can they expect from a corporate wellness program? How's it going to impact their employees and, of course, their bottom line as well?
Well, again, corporate wellness, just by definition, as you can tell, it seems somewhat vague when people hear the term wellness. I mean, our country is based on sick care, not well care. And so when people hear the term wellness, sometimes it kind of gets lost in the fuzzy edges. And so you need to break that down. And obviously, wellness involves the totality. And as it relates to increased activity, whether that be initially just being more mobile, getting out there and moving more, walking up and down stairs, parking further away in a parking lot on a nice day to be able to walk in and out, but also as it relates to weight reduction, or actually it's fat tissue reduction in our bodies. When that occurs, we get a lot healthier. The numbers are indisputable on that fact. The decrease in heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, certain types of cancers such as uterine, breast, colon, prostate, very, very high profile cancers get better. And so as it relates to a corporate wellness program, we'd like to see them integrate all of these things. But central to that is the education and the training, if you will, or showing of individuals the importance of their dietary intake, which is basic. That's what nutrition is. It's your dietary intake of calories and nutrition. That's what you take in every day, and that's what we use to sustain our health. And in fact, that goes a long way toward making us healthier.
Dr. Spencer Berry, FargoMedicalWeightLoss.com. Again, FargoMedicalWeightLoss.com. Putting together a corporate wellness program. Look, it is one of the most, if not the most pervasive challenge that we face as a nation today. And the reason I love having Dr. Berry on is we can talk about solutions to get the government off our back. We continue to ask, hey, why is Michelle Obama continue to want to, talk about childhood obesity and have more government legislation or regulations around this? Because it's a very pervasive problem. We know how the government works. They look for those problems, want to try and solve them. But this is the one that I love about this one, is that this is something we can do on our own through education by taking some different personal actions and really get this thing under wraps. So now we can say, hey, government, we don't need your help. You don't need to get actively involved in this situation. One of the things, Doc, if you don't mind speaking to this as well, is that I think that the challenge is for a lot of people, because you can say, hey, go out there and lose some weight. It's going to lower your chance for diabetes, lower your cholesterol levels, lower your blood pressure, and you're going to feel much, much better. For many people, though, that weight gain situation, if you will, that time span has been kind of the frog in boiling water scenario, where you throw a frog in boiling water, it jumps out because it's hot. But if you put a frog in lukewarm water and bring it up to boiling, it sits in there and dies, and they don't really understand the difference. So to those people, maybe they're going, hey, this sounds good, but I don't know. Talk to us a little bit about what does it mean to regain that vitality back? Well,
exactly. This is what we see is the natural evolution of weight is for us as humans, as we age, is to pick up pounds. And so this has to do with a variety of things, from decreased activity to a lower metabolic rate for a variety of reasons. But the bottom line is, this is something we can take control of. We've learned that what's happening, as you describe in this slow evolution, is that there are metabolic and biochemical changes that are occurring within the body as we put on weight that make it easier for us to put on more weight. And therefore, if we can reverse that situation, which we can, and we're currently doing that every day, where we're helping folks turn that around, and we see great results with this. And as we talk to folks and as individuals see and hear this, and then start to implement that in their lives, they see tremendous changes. And just what you're saying, they see the first thing usually that is reported is that vitality, much more energy, feel much better, sleeping better, moving better, and of course, as you start to develop those positive reinforcements, then it really takes off. That really encourages you to say, hey, I found something that really works, and this is sustainable. I can not only attain it, but I can maintain it.
By the way, Emily, one of the DJs to our sister stations, is involved in your program. I think she lost 10 pounds in the first 2.5, 3 weeks. I mean, the results have been staggering. That's what she talks about. It's just the increased vitality, energy that she's got. So if you're a business owner out there and you're thinking, you know what, I want to create that kind of culture in my company, corporate wellness where people are showing up at work, they've got more energy, they feel better, they're going home, they're having a better marriage, better relationship with their kids. Because let's be honest, I mean, you get home from a long day's work, you get home, you've got your kids there, and if you don't have that vitality or that health and vitality, it's kind of like, yeah, kids, you know, let's eat some food here, and I'm going to get on the couch and watch some TV. Probably not the strongest parenting skills that we could be utilizing. So, again, Dr. Berg, if you want to find out more, get a free consultation, just go to FargoMedicalWeightLoss.com. Again, FargoMedicalWeightLoss.com. Dr. Berg, anything else you want to share?
Well, again, just that there are medical things we're learning, that when you approach this topic from a multifactorial approach, which is what we do, you find out that in the old days it was simply a matter, folks many times felt that they'd say, well, would you just drop the fork, push yourself away from the table? It isn't that simple. There's a lot of things that go into this, and we can help individuals with that. As I said, the biochemical and metabolic things we're finding out through the latest medical research that help us in devising these particular treatment plans individually for people, crucial in their success. And so it's not your father's diet, I guess is the way to say it. We don't look at it as a diet. We look at it as an increased knowledge and lifestyle, and folks take it and they run with it, and they find it's really, really a nice addition to their life.